YouTube takes a long time to log into for some reason.
Oh,
60%.
Oh, Ernie, you want to get?
Yeah, I know.
Excuse
Okay,
me.
100%.
Did you just?
Yeah,
me?
I did you because you're touching my stuff. Don't
I
touch.
didn't touch your stuff.
Well, you're about to.
Have you got enough money for that?
Bitch.
Don't touch my stuff. Don't you
Don't give me
touch
no
it.
lines and keep your hands to yourself.
Oh God.
Don't touch my stuff. Don't you touch it.
Always
like
no
when-
huggy, no kissy until I get a wedding ring. I always thought that video was so hysterical because
you had no idea.
because
No,
at
I
the
wasn't- I
very
wasn't
end
referencing that.
because at the very end she was pregnant.
Was she?
Yes.
Was she?
Yes, watch the
I,
video. It was awesome.
I actually wasn't referencing that song. If you heard the way I was singing it.
I was.
Yeah, you were doing "Touch Myself." Yeah.
Yes.
That's the Australian group, the Divinals.
Yes, the Divinals.
God.
Thank you, Tom.
The 80s
I
ode
could-
to masturbation.
Okay,
Wait, no, that was the 90s.
and we're gonna go live now.
Whatever.
We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Spoken and Heard live via the internet on Facebook Live and YouTube? This is Hugh Downs in 2020. No, this is Spoken and Heard with Hot Tamale and Lost in Thought.
With Hot
talking
and Thought and
about-
Lost Tamale.
So we were talking about 90s masturbation.
Ode to masturbation.
Start it off. That's the end of that.
Well,
There.
so's Dancing with Myself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't so blatantly obvious.
Right.
A
Thank you.
dancing with myself.
Yeah, he wasn't saying he was touching on myself. He was,
Yeah, but then he was at the very end. I said, sweat.
Yeah,
sweat,
but
sweat,
see, the
sweat.
Vinyls were like, when I think about you, I touch myself. That was pretty obvious what she was
Yeah,
doing.
Get over her
on
hair.
stage too. Right after that, she touched herself on when I saw her live, and that was pretty hot stuff.
Oh, you saw them live?
Yeah, Divinals, no problem.
Nah, aren't they,
Midnight Oil and
aren't they Australian?
Yeah, Divinals very much
Okay, that's what I
Australian.
thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Pretty
that.
much the same.
Okay. Oh,
I
Goring just
I
texted
couldn't
you.
get. I loved her hair in that video. The way her hair was, like the way it was in her eyes and
It
everything. Like
kind of looks like mine
Yeah.
right now. I'm kidding.
Why are we so quiet?
Okay, fine. You're supposed to agree with
Speaking
me.
of videos, there's a musical act that's renting out Kick Butt tomorrow night to shoot a video.
masturbation.
No, they're not going to masturbate. They're shooting a video, a music video,
Yes.
after they close, right? And I'm going in to take care of the lighting and stuff.
Ooh.
Excellent.
So they're only going to be there a couple hours. They're just going to do one song, but it's a little extra income for Goring. He's
Yeah, that's good.
yeah,
That's good.
it's better. Some money is better than zero money.
That's right. I found out that Full English Cafe closed down on July 19th, and that broke my heart because
Really?
that was
We
a
froze
real
up.
poetry
Froze up.
central. Yeah,
Uh-oh,
couldn't
we
deal
froze
with
up.
the pandemic, lack of income. So, shall we start the show?
We already did. We're live.
Yeah,
Hold on.
we're already live right now, but it looks like
Oh.
we're frozen.
I'll get it.
Y'all are frozen.
I know.
He's trying to
Wait a
fix
minute.
it.
I'll fix it. Don't worry
Hey,
about it.
cool. Hey, cool.
Okay, so for those of you that are not on camera, Diana, but are watching, welcome to the virtual stage that is Spoken and Heard.
Who tried to call right now?
Charlotte. Looks like
Okay,
Charlotte.
I'll get her.
Started from the House of Kick Butt Coffee, House of Coffee, House of Music, House of Booze. I love it. No, I swear, the House of. No, Tom Goring's gonna call up, going, "That's not the name of my venue." Okay, don't change the name.
Someone's
Okay.
calling.
That's Charlotte. Yeah,
Someone's calling.
I'll call her back because she's calling on the wrong line.
So, Charla, if you didn't hear Ernie B, he's going to try and call you back because we've got this weird thing going on with the program. It's like we have to call you in on the right line.
I still don't. I haven't figured that out. I don't know what the hell that's all about.
So, this is the virtual stage of Spoken and Heard where you can sing, you can recite poetry, you can vent how you're feeling during this whole pandemic BS. Oh, good, we're not frozen anymore. But
Yay.
I still look possessed.
It's still lighting. I'm telling you.
I know.
Okay, let me call Charlotte.
Okay.
I see where Andrew trying to call in too.
Oh, he was?
One,
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Him and 6 others. That's what they said.
Oh no, yeah, no.
Well, no, that was the group.
Yeah, that was the
Oh.
group. It was just Charlotte. That's okay. Hold on.
Okay.
That's throwing me off before, and I'll be calling Andrew, and he'll come in later. It's like I wasn't even calling. Like, oh, okay, sorry.
So
Oh, okay.
our topic on Spoken and Heard before we went live, songs that are odes to having fun with yourself. Discuss.
Literally.
See, just right when we left that topic behind.
Okay, but I'm trying to think if there's any other songs like that. I mean, I don't want to Google it. I want to know if people like know it off the top of their heads. I only know of Divinals and Billy Idol. Anybody else got any ideas?
There's Charlotte.
Oh, there's Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
We're talking about songs that are about masturbation.
That are indirectly about masturbation.
You know, typical poetry.
Yeah, you know,
topic.
poetry bullshit.
Poetry.
So
Wasn't there, like,
so
some kind of
far
Cyndi
so far
Lauper
we
song
have
about a self-service?
so far we have Divinals and Billy Idol. Can you think of any others? Was Glenn Miller talking about it? I don't know. Was Dick Clark talking about it? I don't know.
Prince.
Well,
Well,
that's
yeah.
Prince.
Ah.
Of course.
All of his
Like, all
songs
all
were
of his
about,
songs were pretty much about.
sex.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
there
mean,
was also,
especially "Do Me, Baby."
wasn't there a Cyndi Lauper song about a self-service station?
Oh, She Bop,
Uh,
She Bop. Thank you.
She
There's
Bop,
another
okay.
one. There's another one. She Bop. Thank you, Lane. Awesome.
I jammed with
Wow.
Cyndi Lauper's drummer one time.
You what?
wow.
I jammed with
Cool.
with her drummer. He was giving a seminar at a local
What?
music store, and they had 2 drum
Seriously?
sets set up side by side. And he gave a seminar, and at the end of the seminar, he invited different, drummers to come and play with him. So he would play like 4 bars. He would let you start a beat, and then he would solo over 4 bars, and then he'd kick it over to you, and you'd play a solo for 4 bars, back and forth, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And he had picked me, right, and then he was, but he hadn't. He picked like 5 guys, and I was the last guy he picked, and he was about to end it, and everyone was wait. I was still had my hand up there. Hey, you didn't call him up, Oh, I'm sorry. And he had this massive drum set up, and with electronic drums on it. And it was the 80s, right?
Neil Peart, massive.
Yeah, and it had electronic drums and all kinds of stuff on there. And he had told everyone that, they were welcome to use his kit if they wanted to. And there was a regular drum set next to it. But nobody had done that, And so when I finally went up, I asked if I could play his drum set. He goes, oh, yeah. And so he handed me the sticks. And you could hear the crowd like, ooh. And I sat behind that kid. And I was like, oh, my God, what do I hit first? There were so many drums. I was a teenager. But it was fun. And we laid down some grooves. And, we jammed for a few minutes. And it was fun. Yeah.
Not like Culture Club's drummer.
No, he tried to sell me acid on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
received you guys.
That's not a good thing. Okay. Okay, so Tom, would you like to start the show?
I would love to start the show.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, do you want?
You ready?
See, that's what
Yes.
happens when you start the show before letting me know, and I wasn't even ready. Not you, Tom. Her.
Fine. I haven't done this before.
Oh, there she is. Okay, I was still trying to get Charlotte into the shot here, and
Hey, Charlotte.
I went to turn the light on.
Light on, baby.
Oh,
But-
we're trying to get you into the live shot right now.
yeah. But go ahead, Tom. You can go ahead and start here. Let me give you some music.
Hey, dude.
Okay, starting the virtual show, we have Tom Moon Bird.
Oh, they're all talking about the same show. They're talking about the virus, I want to talk about the vaccine. That's right. I got a new job in the recession, you see. I got a job shifting the deck chairs on the Titanic, counting icebergs as well as stars by daylight, disappointed census taker not allowed to actually count the actual refugees in Texas, only those not yet in cells or processed for deportation. I was paid to count the bricks in the walls of privatized prisons and the number of charter schools subsidized by your taxes. I'm also allowed to count the cages which had separated children from their families, assist in food bank deliveries for the future starving, become a career counselor for PTSD victims, like Lost in Thought. My career options are now widening. I make a fortune on hand sanitizing, make masks at home under quarantine, measure out social distance mechanisms. So many career opportunities in this emotional depression. With a rise in unemployment in Austin, everyone can join peaceful demonstrations, even when stormtroopers and Boogaloo boys import violence and guns to the equation. No wonder we need Medicare for all and universal health care in Texas. So now, in the age of COVID-19, I volunteered for the new vaccine. Yeah, I did. I'm taking it.
All right, the wisdom, the wit, and the word of the time. Give it up for Tom Moonbird.
My God, my hair. It's a
fantastic.
cross. It's a cross between like some kind of like possessed character, and I want to say some kind of like wild-haired Playboy playmate.
You need to put it up in a man bun.
No.
Tom, did you really volunteer?
I really did volunteer, and in 26 months I'll be able to tell you whether you're going to live or die, because I've done the Pfizer and the Moderna. They're the two major ones happening at the moment.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
really.
very noble of you.
It's
Oh
true.
my
All of this is true.
God!
That's very
That's
noble.
right.
I figured it was true because you don't read anything that's not.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So what happened is, I said, look, let's try it. And they said, this is different to all the other studies. And I said, why? They said, we get a whole lot of people in here who are intelligent and who really want to have a vaccine. They have 3 doctors doing this study. The people who run it aren't allowed to do it because they say it was leaking the pest. But for 26 months,
What is that?
someone had to go here.
Why am I hearing?
Why
am I hearing?
Go again, Tom.
Someone.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Well, it sounded like as soon as Tom started talking again.
Can't hear nobody.
Mine's cutting out. My sound's cutting out of it, but I can. My sound's
no, I
cutting
can
out
hear
of
you
it,
too.
but I can hear you.
So I just say join up. 3,000 people are doing this one, and another 3,000 are doing the Moderna one. I'm doing the Pfizer one, and it's a blind test, so you don't know whether you got it or not, or whether they're just giving you salt water. But it's really good because they're absolutely professional. They really do make sure you have no side effects. So I haven't died yet. And I do say, vaccine's the only answer to this virus because everyone else got no excuses. They're all dying. They're dying big time. And I'm dying to dying in any way. Not even my hair, what's left of it. I just say, Thank you, Shala. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shala. I'm so glad. We're here all night. And he's yawning already. Thank you, Bert, man. It's really.
I'm like,
You can see your reaction. Oh, yeah, that's right. There goes your face. Anyway, it's great because I actually feel I've got the vaccine because I'm feeling sort of like I'm full of antibodies. No one can touch me. I'm super poet. I got the antidote, and 3,000 people will have it in 26 months.
You're like the cheerleader. You're like the cheerleader from Hero.
I never watched that, so that went over me.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you
No,
very
like I
much
said,
for
it's
what
very,
you said.
very brave and noble of you.
Seriously.
Foolish,
Yeah.
foolish, but I really want an answer because I don't like people dying. I'm against pain and suffering. I'm against all those things that diminish our life force. I want us to be alive and well. So why not stick it in my veins? I said, stick it in my veins, and they did. They did.
Wow,
brave. You're
I'm
brave.
freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I could just see my face in the camera like this. I've just been like that ever since you said that. I'm like, you did what?
I did that. That's right. I did that. That's
Wow.
right. They said,
I've
my
been wanting
friends
to
could not
ask you
believe it.
about
They
that.
said,
I've been wanting to
"What?"
ask you about it, but I'm like, I ain't gonna ask because I know what he gonna tell me.
No,
What?
I'm going to tell you the truth. What do you want to ask?
No,
No.
No,
you know,
you keep talking about
you're taking the test, right?
Yeah. Taking the
Okay,
vaccine.
that's what I wanted to ask you. That's it. You know,
Okay. What they did, they shoved the thing up my butt.
uh huh.
Make sure I don't have it, you know.
Yeah.
And they also took blood. Well, that's, you know, they can have blood. I'm no vampire. I got take my blood. I usually keep my blood on the inside, but in this case, they put in a little vial, right? And I thought, fire my blood away. Go on, be a vampire. I don't care. But they're progressive and they laughed, you know, ha ha ha. And what I learned was they all have names for each other, and they all drink alcohol. I know you don't, but I was talking to the test worker and she said, my name's Brandy Alexander. And the woman who takes your blood, her name is Bloody Mary. They all have little names, alcohol names for each other. And the Russian doctors call vodka. You know? It's just incredible. These people got a sense of humor. I said, hit me again. I like this stuff. You guys got a great sense of humor.
Oh
I'm
wow.
not against anything, but I've got antibodies. I don't know what that means, but I'm not against anything, you know. I just think I want bodies, not antibodies, but the antibodies are apparently good, you know. So I said, give me more, but they wouldn't. Give me 2 solutions, 2 vaccines. I'm a Gemini, so am I. Come on.
Oh.
And they're like, anything to get this crazy Australian out of here, just give him what he wants.
I'm thinking
They
this.
like it. The doctor
Give
says
him
he wants
both.
to go to Australia. I said, don't go there. We've got enough already. Stay here. Fill up America. You know? Don't go. You'll ruin a good thing. He wanted to
Okay.
go to Perth. I said, why would anyone in their right mind want to go to Perth? Nothing happens there. Slowly.
Heard.
Okay.
That's
See.
why-
Heard.
Hi, Tom.
Okay.
Perth
See.
is
Wait.
on the
Wait.
west
Wait.
coast.
Wait.
East
What
Coast.
heard?
Right from the East Coast, where 9% of the population lives in Brisbane, Sydney, or Melbourne. No one goes to the West. They all talk about because it's outback. Nullarbor Plain.
Yeah, you never hear any news or bands or anything coming from West Australia.
Well, nothing
No.
happens in
No.
West
It's
Australia.
it's only
I mean,
the
it's
east.
so slow. I think they've just discovered the 18th century.
God, what is that?
Something's laughing. Is that you, Charlotte, or is there someone on the bus line?
I don't know what's going on, but
Why am I hearing an echo?
it sounds like
I'm
a
hearing an
separate.
echo or scratching and sound like there's somebody talking in the background.
Yeah, it sounds like a separate conversation on a phone somewhere else.
Exactly. Not here, baby. I'm with you guys. Whatever that means. Quadphonics.
Oh, and Tom, remember how I said that garlic cures everything?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you. Badum.
Okay.
Okay, and this is my little. I don't want to say confession, because okay. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But every day before I go to work, I take a tiny little pinch of garlic powder and sniff it.
That's good
Sniff
for you.
it.
Good for
I
you.
sniff
it good.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
D3 is good.
Sniff
D3
it.
is good.
Yes, and here is my logic, okay?
Look at
Okay,
Birdman.
wait. Okay, stop, Lane. I don't care about your testicular vitamins. I have a point to make.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. See, because you know how everybody says, okay, take garlic, it's good for
Yeah.
you, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But I think logically, because I'm an herbalist, I don't just take an herb at face value and say it helps you sleep. I want to know why it helps you sleep. Okay. So what I do, so I always think, well, if you got to take garlic, whether it's in a pill or you're actually eating the raw garlic clove, I'm thinking,
Yes.
well, it still has to go through your stomach acid and through
Right.
and through your large and small intestine to actually do any good. And by that time, it's gonna just have little to no effect, unless, of course, you're trying to fight a bacteria in your gut.
Yes.
So, and taking my anatomy lessons and stuff, I'm thinking the blood-brain barrier in between your nose, why cocaine works so well. Again, I'm thinking logically. If you just put, and we're talking the tiniest pinch, you can't even see it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not, as somebody would say, doing lines. That's what Brian.
No, it's basically a bump. If you ever done cocaine, it's a bump
It's less than a bump.
on the fingernail. Like,
It's less than a bump. Okay, listen.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, it's gonna get into your bloodstream a lot quicker if you put it in your nose.
That's what they told me about heroin.
Well,
oh shit.
well, yeah, but again, I'm also thinking logically here, and yes, but see, and here's the okay. You know what? I'm not gonna talk to you guys anymore.
Don't go ahead.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
leaving. I'm leaving.
No, we're not laughing at you.
Yeah, you are.
I was laughing at Tom. That's what they told me about heroin.
Okay, look.
Wait,
No, you're right. You're right. That makes sense.
I've gotten through an entire season without getting my usual sinus infection.
Right.
Wait,
This
did you
is
also
true.
say that cayenne pepper also helps too?
Yes.
She snorts cayenne pepper too.
But see, I kind of started that with my migraines because also the same. It kind of shorts out the pain receptors in your head.
Oh.
Yeah, but again, it's tiny little pinches. It's not like a line or a mound or whatever.
A mound.
You'd be in hell. It would hurt.
Oh yeah.
It would hurt.
Ginger and turmeric. You ever tried those?
Yes. I actually take turmeric every day too.
Turmeric every day.
Okay,
But-
Charlotte. I don't know if you can tell. I muted your microphone because that's where that echo sound was coming from. So
Yeah,
if when it's your turn to read or whatever, you might have to unmute it yourself because I can't unmute it from over here on my end.
okay.
Can you see where it says unmute? Yeah. See, wait, I can't hear you.
She just hearted you though.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you got that, yeah. Because I don't know if your speaker was too loud or something. Because we were getting a real bad echo on there. So
Yeah.
for the time being,
And
it's muted.
Okay, Lane, I don't want to see what you wash dishes with. Okay, damn.
I don't need to use this. I've got skin.
Or Charlotte, if you have
TMI.
if you had some headphones, some earbuds or something, you can plug those in, and that'll take care of the echo problem. But for the meantime, I just have you muted.
Oh, but Tom, what I've also been doing, I mean, I've just been working with the powders right now, but what I've also been doing is trying to think logically whether, like, I could make a carrier to contain the powders.
She's told me about this.
I mean,
Isn't a capsule basically a carrier for the powder?
yes, but again, it would have to go through your digestive system. So
That's true.
That's a problem. That's why I feel like any medicine that has any hope of, like, whether or not we use it for the virus or your sinus infections or whatever, it needs to go into your respiratory tract.
Well, that's why they give you a shot because it directly
Yes.
goes into your bloodstream.
Well, yeah, but
So
this is
Wait a
kind
minute,
of
Reggie-
like a shot without a needle.
Yeah, that's the next best thing.
yes.
Reggie Goodwood was just asking us if we were up yet, if we were on tonight.
We're
Was
so on
he trying
tonight.
to call?
We're on.
No, he said the message to the kick butt.
Oh.
Ask him if he wants to join, and I'll call him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what I've actually been pondering during all this sickness. You know, I've been trying to, like, ponder different, because garlic is the main ingredient. But I mean,
Correct.
I've also been pondering, different antiviral herbs like nasturtium,
Yeah.
nasturtium, like yarrow. I'm sorry, yarrow.
Yep.
You know,
Sage.
this is how I think.
Good thinking.
So,
Good thinking.
I mean,
But I got one for you which may alter your thinking a bit
Okay.
about the oppression of the vegetables that we use. Did you know that vegetables have rights? Did you know that? There's a whole lot of vegetables who are very much complaining about our mastication of them, public mastication, and it goes like this. I used to be a meat eater, eat everything that moved, until one day I saw the way the blood came dripping through. Now I eat only vegetables, eat nothing that has parents. Until today I realize vegetables have rights. That broccoli I don't like the knife, how dare you grate that carrot? And aubergines and courgettes too, and cut up little marrows. I'm sure tomatoes feel the pain when sliced inside your kitchen. It's hard to think a lettuce has a brain, but how do you think it grew then? Did vegetables come from the cabbage patch like dolls bought by the stalk? Or are they points of consciousness that can't be sold or bought? I know it makes a market man's life to sell them for a profit, but think of fruit and vegetables and what they want and ain't got. They'd like to drive a Ferrari or maybe hotted up Porsche, not sit there hot and sweaty in some or Russian borscht. Hey, so think of fruit and vegetables next time you cut and chew them inside each stew. They sing to you for veggie liberation, freedom for the fruit, victory for the vegetables. Take that, meat eaters, carnivores, omnivores, barrels.
Wow.
Think about it, young man.
and now I'm thinking about carrots and cucumbers. Thank you.
Actually, that reminds me of back in high school. I was in theater, believe it or not.
Yeah.
No.
And we did it. I can't remember all of it, but there was a song in one of the plays. I think it was from the Fantastics or something. But plant a carrot, get a carrot, not a Brussels sprout. That's why I like vegetables. You know what they're about. They're dependable. They're It goes on and on, but it was about vegetables.
So Tom,
Yeah, that's me.
that poem that you just said, maybe I'm not sure if you remember this person, but that makes me think of this person that actually came into the hideout
Yes.
every once in a while, and she had red hair,
Right.
and she would come in to do poems, and she would she would say things like work, friends, and then she would also talk about how about the importance of being a butcher, and like how there was this butcher that knew the intricacies of it and how to treat animals and how to humanely kill animals. And I can't remember her name, but I'm not sure if you remember her. But she would come in. One thing I remember her specifically doing is that she would move her hand in circles, and then she would say things like talk about work and friends and being on break and whatnot. I can't. I'm not sure if you remember her, but yeah, she had crazy red hair.
Ashira Molka, red hair.
No, it was not her.
Okay.
I would remember if it was her. It was not her.
Yes, she's amazing. Well, this is wonderful. We all remember each other. Wake up, Birdman. We can see you sleeping. Oh
Hey,
yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are.
I'm listening at y'all go. I'm listening at you just go.
Oh, but come on. Jump on the train. You got poems. Come on, kick ass. Let's kick butt. He's gone quiet on us.
Okay, no. We had a private conversation. Okay, Charla, can you hear us now?
She's still muted.
Okay, yeah. Unmute your microphone and then see if it works now. I see you got the headphones happening.
What?
There's a little button that has like the Ghostbuster on the microphone.
Oh yeah. So
No, we can't hear you yet.
I did message Reggie, asked if he wanted to join in or not. He hasn't responded yet.
Okay.
Ask Birdman.
Well, hold on. Let's see if we can get Charlotte's audio going here first.
Sure.
Oh, there's your legs.
Come on. Nice legs. Thank you. Where do they go?
X-rated, huh?
Uh-oh.
Birdman. I heard that. Too much fun. Too much. Not a quiet night with friends. Nothing ever happens at Kickbutt. What's going on in the dark there, Charla? Show us a bit.
I don't know.
There. She's unmuted.
Okay.
She's unmuted. We can see her legs, but she's unmuted.
Okay, say something, Charla.
There she is.
Okay, there you are.
I'm trying to get my.
Yeah, I can
I'm
hear you
trying
now.
to get the. Yeah, you can hear me, but now I can't get the phone to where you can see me.
You got the
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
camera, yeah. Well, the echo's
Well,
gone and we can
no,
hear you. So let me
I
call.
cannot wait until I get out of this place because right now I'm hearing someone's loud Tejano music. It's playing like all throughout the apartment complex.
have
Tejano
you
music.
checked out the Metropolis over on the east side, Metropolis Apartments?
Way too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No worries.
I mean, I would love to move to Metropolis. Plus, the Metropolis, I want to understand, has heavily insulated walls,
Right.
which would be great.
Yes. We used to do poetry there Sunday afternoons. Birdman, fun down there. Birdman's off to sleep again.
Yeah.
I'm not asleep. I'm woke.
Where's Hot Tamale?
She stepped out for a second.
Eddie's here. Hello, Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah, they.
Eddie.
Yeah. Big Charla. Now, with
Yeah.
Rockford. There he is up on the right.
Yeah, Charlotte, you sound really good now. She just can't figure out her camera now.
One thing at a time.
Yeah,
It's a radio show.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a podcast. It's like Joe Rogan's
It
podcast.
is. Exactly. What we need is more pods.
Okay, let me put Eddie into the shot here.
Yeah.
Eddie in the shot.
Eddie in the shot.
okay, there we
Eddie
go.
in the shot. Dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Yeah,
Oh, you know
I
what
was
we watched?
thinking
What we watched
Yeah,
this
yeah.
week finally, and I've owned it in 4K for months, but we hadn't sat down to watch it. Is Rocket Man
Right.
about Elton John?
Isn't it fantastic, that film?
Yeah, oh God, it was so.
I've never
It
seen
was
That's a
like,
great movie.
yeah,
It's a great.
and
You don't see a movie.
it's been killing me because, like when Debbie would be at work, you know, and I've seen every movie I own on Vudu like 100 times, and I hadn't seen that
Right.
yet, and I was like, no, we need to watch it together. We need to watch it together. I'm gonna wait. Finally, we sat down and watched it earlier this week. Damn, it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Rocket Man?
Yeah,
Rocket.
Yeah, I know.
and it's so real. That's how it really is in the business. Ruthless, vicious music business is cutthroat. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's bad, you know. And most people, they don't understand that side of it. They just see it as a fantasy world. Oh, you know, music stars or rock stars or whatever. They're living the dream, but no, there's an ugly side to it. And that,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
Yes.
had an ugly side too.
yeah.
He sure. I got a poem about him. So it goes like this: notoriety and Kanye West. To be a celebrity these days, you need the media, Birdman. To engage the media, Birdman, you need exposure, Birdman. But some people die of exposure. Many a secret remains deep under presidents, pop stars, and pedophiles. Conspiracy theories allude to but avoid all the hard facts. Data's always missing when it comes to gossip, which makes Marilyn Monroe as famous as those Kennedys that she slept with, and Plato as important as Socrates. But we remember Rumi, but not Shams, T.S. Eliot, but not his editor, Ezra Pound. Who wrote all those Elvis songs and Frank Sinatra songs? And why Elton John over Bernie Taupin? Flamboyance alone is not enough. A feather is not a dove. Kansai Yamamoto is not Ziggy Stardust. That's it now. You can wake up. You can wake up. Come on, Birdman. You're on.
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian tonguings of Tom Moon.
I am ready.
And coming up next, here we have Birdman 313.
Oh, okay. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
We're live, baby.
4 hours.
This is a short piece. You know, our minds are kind of like, I take that back. I've been putting out some long ones, but this one is a short one. And it's titled Admiration. This is something new. I know I haven't read it here because I've been working on it for a while. Okay, admiration. When the dawn kisses the dew on all things that grow, and the first sensational thought questions any relevant notions of how time flows. Dreams may shatter as onward it goes. She doesn't realize I have been breaking in various colors, making sure her skies would never run out of sunsets. I whispered words that made her break out into a generous smile. Should we hide a toward affair from the closet ghost? As the bashful moon peeks through from behind the clouds. Paint the earth with beautiful eyes of darkness for the world to admire. For the moment, does time stand still when we are in pure admiration, in dreamland, in wonder, and in admiration, where the purest form of love exists? It is in these moments we experience a different galaxy where indeed time does stand still. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
good. Birdman, that was good.
And there you have it, the Houston tonguings, Corona free of Birdman 313.
You know, when y'all talking about Eddie and the Jets, I was suddenly reminded. I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of a movie with Michael Perrier called Eddie and the Cruisers.
I've heard of it, haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it
What's
Yeah.
it like?
Long time ago. I
a
don't
long
know.
time ago.
That's
It
That was-
sounds familiar.
that's like
It's a
some
pretty-
late '80s,
That-
early '90s.
Yeah, I heard of it. Is that a movie or a band? I always thought it was a band.
It is a movie
Oh,
I mean, it's
about a
um,
band.
I think
It's a
there's a
pretty-
band too. I think there's both.
oh.
I mean, it's got a pretty rotten score in Rotten Tomatoes, though.
I used the word twice. Yeah.
Oh wait, Eddie, is Eddie there? I see his
Yep.
his thumbnail, but Eddie, are you there? Is your mic on?
He's hiding. He's hiding. He's got a criminal record.
Okay. I don't know if anyone's heard the news, but Texas has pulled any CBD smokables.
I had not heard that.
Yeah,
No, I was just
I-
in a shop today. They didn't say anything.
I just saw that like as a news flash, and the place that Eddie told me about is actually purging their smokables because they can't sell them anymore.
Oh.
Wow.
Really?
Oh no.
So in other words, bye bye diet weed.
Well, you know, they were supposed to open up a shop here at, well, they got them in Houston. What I'm thinking
All
of.
over the place here.
In San Antonio, they were supposed to have been opened up some more, and even even here in Houston, they just said it last week about Houston, but you know,
Well,
it changes.
They can, I think now, I mean, they can still keep doing creams, ointments, topicals, whatever. But I think anything smokable is now going to be against the law. I was like, well, goddamn.
Well, how
So close yet so far away.
how can they make it legal and then all of a sudden overnight just make it illegal?
Take a look.
That
Easy,
sounds strange.
easy,
Yeah.
easy.
I mean, aren't
It
we
don't
supposed to
take long.
vote on stuff like that?
This is Texas.
I know, but aren't we supposed to vote on stuff like that? You know, for a bill,
No.
you vote for a bill.
No.
No, they just do what they want.
No, because this is now a dictatorship, not a democracy.
You're right.
Yes. Let's toe the line.
Tater?
The line.
What's taters, precious?
3 weeks ago.
Remember the Alamo. Remember the papers.
I
Who's
have
got
Huh?
I have a friend visiting Austin right now.
Uh-huh.
And he was
Yeah.
saying that at the Capitol, the military are everywhere with their guns at ready. Do y'all know what that's about?
I heard
Yes.
that they're
Yes,
sen- that they
protest.
that they were sending undercover federal agents to Austin.
Yeah.
That you know they weren't they were federal agents, but they were going to try to keep it on the down low. So because of all the bad press they got in Portland. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't.
He said these were uniformed military people.
Yeah, kind of like the Portland guys in like
Yeah,
in like fatigues and
Supposedly
body
they're
armor
working
and
in
shit.
conjunction with local law enforcement, but
No, they're
Yeah.
not.
you know.
Oh, and did you hear that they ICE and all these jackbooted thugs? They kind of resent being called Nazis.
Yeah.
Oh, poor
jackbooted,
baby.
Hey Eddie, you sound good, but can you turn up your output? Your volume is real low.
Yeah.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
actually want to hear
it sounds clean, but it's just low.
How low can you go, Eddie?
Oh.
Yeah, it's still
Like
kind
like
of
Yeah.
like your master output, not necessarily the gain. Well, I don't know, whatever. It just needs to be a little louder.
Nah, you're as low as the carpet. Come on, get up the
How about now? No?
That's a little better.
Get up. Yeah.
If you can double that, that'd probably be good.
Yeah. I will get you 10. 10 will get you thrown out of the place. Thank you. Charlotte streaming.
But yeah, I haven't been downtown in so long. I mean, I'll go to Kick Butt once or twice a month now, but that's not really downtown,
Oh,
Right.
oh, wait. I've got a little anecdote. I've got one of my regulars that usually just comes in and buys a couple of Bud Tall Boys and some cigarettes.
At Walgreens.
Yeah, and don't say that anymore. They start watching my social media, and that's what they're starting to say. So I'm like, fuck. But anyway.
They're not going to sit through and watch this.
Okay. Just
Okay.
let me tell the story. And then, and so I hadn't seen him in a while. I said, "Hey man, where you been?" Because he's been working at home. He usually comes in like pajama bottoms and a t-shirt. And he said, "Oh, I've been in Portland."
Yeah.
Really?
what?
And he said, "Yeah, I went over the protest." I was like, "How'd that go?" And he's like, "Well, what you see on the news, that's just the top of it." And I was like, "Ugh." And
So it's actually a lot worse.
yeah. So I mean,
Wow.
but yeah, that's also what I've heard. That I mean, a couple of managers were saying that they're going to start looking at my social media, and I kind of right off the top, as soon as she told me that, I said, "Well, that's some bullshit."
Oh. Oh.
And I said, she's like, "Oh, well, you can't talk about work." I said, "Well, that's some bullshit." I said, "I do talk about work, but I don't have any names." And
Wow.
and I also said, and unless you want to be treated to a lot of pagan propaganda and left wing political shit, you probably don't want to look at my page.
Don't touch my page.
I
That's
said,
my page. Don't
I mean,
touch
I
my
said,
page.
that's me. That's me.
I look like a page.
They're planning. I heard they may, if they haven't already, be sending federal agents into Chicago too,
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah, I
that.
heard that too.
and they're not happy about it.
Oh.
And I just-
I probably shouldn't say this, but
In Detroit.
isn't that what they do slowly whenever they're about to overthrow a government? I don't know.
Yeah, they take over.
There's been some chatter.
You're not
about
wrong.
that.
You're not wrong. They take over the big metro areas first.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I play Command and Conquer, that's usually my strategy.
Yeah,
So what did you win? Yeah.
Just kind of hang out and mingle near the
I wasn't going to say anything,
blue-
but
near the blue team,
Yeah,
or the green
yeah,
team.
they're sending them into Detroit. Also, I heard that. Well, I have cousins up there, and she was saying that they sending in the, the military and or some whatever it is. They get ready to send them in. I seen it on the news. So
Just
Hey.
don't want the election to
Wow.
happen. That's what they want. They want to cause trouble and then close things down. But we want things to open up again. We want everyone to be happy and gay. I mean, happy.
I like those memes where like they're talking about moving an election and the guy be reading the paper. Oh yeah, next Tuesday will be fine. Because Trump wants to delay it, and then people are like, no, let's just have it next week. Shit, get this over with already.
Has Loston Thought got anything to say for himself?
I don't know. He's kind of laying
don't
back
know.
and fidgeting around. Lost.
Right.
Please don't say Lawson thought is fidgeting. I don't want to know.
Oh, look, his broom is gone.
Yeah, he moved it earlier because he knew I was going to rag on him about it.
Right now, I'm just listening to my neighbor's Tahana music because it's pretty loud.
So who do you like, Tigres del Norte or Grupo Más
Or Ramon Ayala.
or Ramon Ayala?
Right now, I would like Silencio.
Ah.
So right now you're hearing gun 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 post da 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 da
No. Ernie. Good thing it's not banda. Is it, dun, 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 dun,
Oh yeah, with the gunshots.
with the gunshots.
I've done a lot of Tejano shows. I've worked a couple of banda shows. I don't know if you guys know what banda music is, but banda, it's Spanish music, but it's done with like a tuba and horns and clarinets, and there's no real drummer, but they have like a bass drummer that plays a cymbal, and there's usually like 13, 15, 20 guys in the band.
It's almost like an Oompa band, but Mexican.
Yeah, and and like I said, I've done a ton of Tejano shows, rock concerts and country concerts, whatever. Those banda shows, I mean, there were women fainting you know, in the crowd that the security were overwhelmed. They were dragging women out, and I had to go and help with the women, and we'd take them outside, and they'd be crying because they'd want to get back, you know, and they would go nuts.
They'd want to get with the tuba
They'd go
player.
nuts over the tuba player. Skinny little kid. And me and the head of security looking at each other like, I don't get it. What?
Tuba is a four-letter word. That's what it is.
What?
Tuba is a four-letter word. You know, word.
Yeah, I don't know. It was unreal. I mean, it might as well have been Elvis up there, you know, because the way the women were screaming and fainting and crying is like, they're the Beatles or something. That's how they were behaving. The crowd. It was like, wow. We were overwhelmed with the amount of women that were passing out, and we were dragging them out one by one out the side door. Like, we couldn't believe it. It was crazy. I've never seen that before. And I've done a lot of shows.
You sure have. Is Eddie ready, or Sharla, or Lost in Thought?
I have one to read.
Okay, hold on. Let's bring you in, Charlotte. Hold on.
Yeah, Lane, go ahead.
Here we go.
Do your job.
Coming up next, we want to hear you, dear Charlotte. We have right now in the courtesy of her living room.
Who's that?
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, this is called Camping Out. In a heated frenzy, we bail from Cambridge to the highway, escaping, leaving civilization behind, and your flashlight and your sleeping bag. Upon entry to the campground, we're given a black bear warning. And now you tell me you've never built a fire before. I can't build one either, not tonight. All the wood is wet from an earlier rain. We managed to set up the tent by Carlight, and you find birthday candles in your knapsack. We light them, clean up, and sleep after hot, enjoyable sex in a dark, dark tent, hoping we have no visitors. In the morning, we awake, pack our knapsacks, and head for the trailhead. Having never hiked a mountain before, we choose a trail by time rather than skill. Halfway up, we realize our mistake, but we continue with determination to reach our destination. And with help from trees and rocks, we climb cliffs and waterfalls, surviving the trip up. A spectacular view from the summit of Mount Lincoln. We soak up sunlight, cuddle, converse, love, and head back down the mountain, discovering we may have stayed a bit too long. Dusk is dawning. On our way down, I see a mother bear and her cubs, hoping she doesn't see us, and that we'll make it down by dark. We continue climbing, sliding down. We come to a large flat rock. I can't decide which way to go. I'm that way sometimes. You say, don't worry, I'll be there for you if you fall. I start, then move. You don't. I fall. Ouch. Yeah, right, you'll be there for me if I fall. After a bout of hysterical laughter, fresh spring water from concerned passers-by, and confirmation that I'll never let you live that one down, we finally make it back to the parking lot. We go back to camp, buy dry wood fire starter, and have a romantic dinner by birthday candlelight. We get home, and the next day, you called to tell me it was the roughest trail in the White Mountains, and we should be happy to be alive. By the way, oh yeah, happy birthday. By the way, and happy birthday. And thank the gods and goddesses for the ritual of birthday candles.
Yeah.
Hear it for Charla. Let's hear it for Charla. She did.
Birthday candles are really good for campfires.
Those making love on mountaintops.
But see, you're gonna invariably get a rock in your back when you make love on top of a mountaintop.
Try it out.
Been there, done that.
I have to confess. And I recently found out it was Haystack Mountain. I recently found out it was Haystack Mountain, not Mount Lincoln, but
Wait.
That's your hair. Okay,
Okay,
I thought that was micro. I thought that was a headphone that Eddie was using to make a mustache.
Okay, leave it to Lost in Thought to steer us completely off the topic. Thank you, Lost in Thought.
You're welcome.
We're talking
you're the
about
one
making love on mountaintops, birthday candles for campfires, and Lane's going, "Oh, it's a mustache." Okay.
I guess you can be on a mountaintop. Last time I heard it was fun.
Oh.
Found the pin in the haystack, didn't he?
Okay, wait. Ernie B. You need to call Reggie Goodwin. He wants to get in on.
Okay.
Yeah. Party time.
Because apparently he texted Lost in Thought to no avail. So.
Whoa.
I did.
No. I'm having.
I'm kidding. I was just being snappy.
With love.
She was stirring you, young man. She was stirring you bad. But Eddie's ready. Look at Eddie.
Oh no, I have to go to the restroom.
Oh.
Well, Eddie. Well, I guess in that case, Eddie is ready.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Cruel, man. Cruel. You deserve where you live. Anyway, Hot Tamale, you're in if you're up for it, are you there?
Do I
Hot
what?
Tamale? You remember the Hideout? Do you remember Cafe Caffeine, young Lost in Thought?
Oh,
Were you
yes.
around for Cafe
Oh, I love
I
Cafe
remember the
Caffeine.
Hideout.
Okay, this one's got Hot Tamale in it, and it's about Cafe Caffeine.
Okay.
Once upon a time in deep South Austin, there was a coffee shop called Cafe Caffeine. Stan Ridgway of Wall of Voodoo played there, as did many Austin musical poetical luminaries. Leslie was known to pass through, as was Alex Jones, who had a broadcasting studio across the road. Inside a wall of books and a free library, Wednesday nights was poetry and music in several incarnations of extraordinary combinations, including a mix of Element 615, Edgar Pache, Hot Tamale, and other astonishing talents of a contemporary circus, like an alternative miniature Renaissance fair. Well, this was also the base for the Million Musicians March for Peace, and again many diamond minds sang their crystal clarity here. Of course it earned no income. Coffee is everywhere in Austin, but the art of the owner was in gathering, particularly cocaine. Eventually he sold that cafe. Other hands failed to inspire. It became a Thai restaurant, thrice, where we reconvened on Wednesday nights. Now it's a highly successful Thai takeaway. And remembering Spoken and Heard's Hot Tamale when Edgar Pace contacted and the circus reconvened, at least in our field of dreams. You can come back now, baby. Come back.
That's cool.
That was good. Yeah, Buster Freaks. That's what it was. Buster Freaks. Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
I remember going to the Hideout when I first moved to Austin, and I can never remember their names, but it was this couple, and it was this really kind of built, attractive mustache dude, and also I think maybe his partner or his wife or someone, and she had this series of poems. She would refer to it as the Book of I Like.
Nice, yeah.
And I can't remember their names. I think there were a couple.
Oh. Stop. Well done. It made him laugh. More
I did say you're attractive.
Yeah. And remember the I Like poems. That was a very special positive occasion.
Yeah.
That was really good. Loved it.
It wasn't Nick and Nora, was it? From the Cafe Solaire? Was it that?
Maybe.
Might have been. Because Cafe Solaire was up in the Hideout, and that closed
This is a
down.
long time ago. This is like when I first moved off.
15 years.
I remember one time when it was, I don't know if it was still Cafe Caffeine. I remember once me and Ernie went there one night, and we were like dressed to the nines. Oh,
Wow.
Reginald Goodwin's coming in, and
Yay.
we both had our hats on and our black leather trench coats.
Yeah,
And
and that's cool.
and we walked in, and I forgot who was on stage, but he saw us come in, and he just stopped talking. He was like, and then everybody turned around, and we're like, oh shit, I'm sorry. No, keep talking, I'm sorry. We just looked like a couple of Interview with the Vampires coming in. It was, I mean, everybody, the whole venue just turned around. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. and Tom, I was wearing that hat you gave me with the veil on it.
Oh, fantastic.
So
That's really good.
that might have had something to do with it too.
The hat? You mean the hat you're wearing now?
No, it's a different one.
Oh.
It's a different one.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a little disconnected, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties over here, but
Very good. Welcome, Reggie.
Reggie, you missed it. We were talking about government overthrows and masturbation.
yeah, well,
He was
No, he was talking about that.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Reggie's gonna go. Good night.
I think he's Lane's a little 2-in-1 on that one.
Well, I missed last week because my wife's aunt had her 70th birthday party on Zoom, so my time was on the other laptop, kind of talk her. By the time I got over here,
Yeah. Welcome back, anyway. Tell us some lies.
Oh no, that's what you tell Trump.
Whoa, he is a lie.
How many lies? How many sweet little lies?
That's
Look at
enough.
that confused look.
I guess
Look at her
shit.
confused look on.
I can play that, not as fast, but I can play that.
Wow. On that. What you got, Reggie?
Okay, Ernie's trying to bring him in the main screen. Oh,
Excellent.
yeah, I'm getting this slapback echo on the broadcast feed. It sounds like everyone's inside a jail cell or something.
We are, right?
We are.
I mean, you can understand what we're talking about. It's just, I'm trying to figure, and I'm listening to real time audio in my left ear and this 30-second delay audio in my right ear at the same time. So I'm hearing myself talk right now, and it's very confusing. But yeah, trying to figure this out. Now I lost everything. Hold on. Oh, okay.
Glad you made it this week, Reggie. Good to
I'm
have
glad to make it. It's been crazy, hasn't it? Like it's crazier than normal.
Oh yeah.
Well, there is no normal anymore.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
There never was, but now it's becoming apparent they can't afford normal. New normal, abnormal.
Like deep water.
No,
You don't know what's in it.
good man, good man.
Do we have Reginald's audio?
Speak, Reggie.
Testing.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Like I said, I'm a little behind here because I'm listening to things in delay and I'm about to lose my mind.
They're beating up on Portlandia there.
But you guys continue. I'll try to work it out. Well, and I don't understand.
little-
I have everything muted, and and I'm still getting this echo. I don't know where it's coming from. This happens every week. There's a new problem. I won't change a thing. Last week it was working great. I fire up again this week and haven't changed anything, and now it's echoing. So.
Well, it took me 2 months to get on video, so you know.
You know, and it's not like I'm ready borderline high blood pressure here as it is. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
There.
I'll be okay.
He's
See,
He's a little bit-
this is
he's a-
why when me and Ernie would do live production, and he would be going through HE double hockey sticks trying to get the sound going up, especially if he was going to perform that night too. And then and I come over to him with a problem, and he just, figure it out. Okay.
No, it'd be like, make a decision. Just do it. You know, I got enough problems.
Yeah. So that was basically the human equivalent of a mama bird pushing a baby bird out of the nest. Fly, bitch.
Oh, by the way, Charla, when you read your piece, Steve Quickenbush was listening. He said, "Great read."
Yeah.
And
Woo!
and Lawson thought he said he put the awe in awkward.
I tried.
And Lawson thought, don't think I didn't notice that you did wear your Golden Girls shirt. Taylor, it says "Stay Golden," and it's got all the Golden Girls on it.
And speaking of high blood pressure,
oh God, no!
We finished almost half of this last night, and I think. Well, Debbie has to get up in the morning. I don't.
Yeah. I've actually got to go to work tomorrow. Tomorrow I close, and on Tuesday I open, so that's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to go to Kick Butt, but I don't have to be there till 7:30, so I can sleep in.
7:30 a.m.
No, are you kidding? I'm still awake at 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's what we were doing last night. We were up till I was personally up till 7 singing. Ernie was up till 11.
Yeah, I was trying to go to bed, and I put on the soundtrack for what's that movie?
Sorry.
K-19 with Harrison Ford, and it's a lot of Russian symphonic music. And I've always liked the soundtrack to the movie, but last night I put on the soundtrack, listening it to my studio monitors. Oh my God, it sounded so good. The symphony sound. I couldn't not stop listening to it. And, and Debbie kept coming in. You still awake? So I kept turning it down lower and lower, but I had to finish it. It's a 2-hour movie, so yeah, I was up till 11.
Yeah, that stuff's addictive, man. You take one hit, and suddenly you're watching movies all the time and listening to soundtracks instead of Reggie Goodwin with his fantastic poetry.
Yeah. So,
how'd you like that segue? How'd you like that?
Your segue there, yeah.
That was a very delicious segue, Tom.
Are you ready to sing? Are you ready to read something there, Reggie?
Yes, I am.
All right, then let's just do this.
All right. Coming up next to the virtual Spoken and Heard stage, we have Reggie Goodwin.
I'm just interested in what are you doing, Lost in Thought? Are you waving a plane in?
Don't tell.
So, I wrote along for some reason. So I first asked the audience to forgive me, but I've been thinking about a lot of things, like whether we're going to be a democracy after November 3rd. So,
yeah.
Even now.
So this one is called Block and Tackle. From this moment forth, democracy is going to have to be a contact sport. We cannot sit out midterm or off-season elections as nefarious forces will take this inflection to interject their cronies on city councils and school board elections. The Koch brothers and Amazon has done this. Major General Smedley Butler is unknown to this generation of activists. He was fighting fascists here in America after World War I on the heels of the 1918 pandemic, wanted to overthrow the imperfect democratically elected government for a fascist dictatorship with him as the puppet dictator manipulated by Robert Barron. The twice recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor would have none of this. He penned War's a Racket. War's a Racket. It has always been. It is possible. It is possibly the oldest, easily the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It is the only one international in scope. It is the only one in which the profits are reckoned in dollars and the losses in lives. A racket is best described, I believe, as something that is not what it seems to the majority of the people. Only a small inside group knows what it is about. it is conducted for the benefit of the very few at the expense of the very many. Out of war, a few make huge fortunes. And now the war is brought to these shores against its own citizens. Pepper spray, flash bombs, rubber bullets, tear gassing and gaslighting them in civil rights demonstrations during a pandemic, commanded by the same corporate interests, enthralled by the mythology of their robber baron 1% Grand Dragon parents about how they almost had it, democracy on life support. No election is insignificant. Fascists operate on horror vacui. Nature abhors a vacuum. Fill the void as well as the streets. We must be vigilant and vigorously participate before Putin made it obvious. Oligarchs the world over have inserted idiot sock puppets to attack reality, to free their common sense in a smashing grab to nab the wealthy of the class and renew serfdom as the neat on next acceptable social morass. Beneath them, no one lives matter. Only their bank accounts matter. And your position in this colonial caste system is whether your exchequer is from stock transactions or decreasing labor. It is madness to support your societies and enslavers. And the Lord answereth the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. You probably shouldn't ascribe it if you didn't mean it. The Constitution is the nation's holy writ. Democracy means rule of the people, written poetically in the Constitution by its enslaver framers who could never have imagined a human of Moorish descent becoming U.S. president, or Hispanic women, Native American straight men, and openly gay running for the same. And for this imperfect union to improve, it must continue, and we the people will save it.
Yay! United States. Thank you, Reggie. New national anthem.
Yep. All right. Okay. You know what? I can't follow that. Give it up for Reggie Goodwin. I couldn't even think of what to say to that. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Any outro I would have contributed to that would have been tepid.
It's scary. It's very scary.
And so very true.
Yes.
I have to take a break and I have to set a break and take the dog out. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
She's telling me she needs to go.
Lane, stop doing that. Lane. Okay. I actually have I don't know if I've read this one yet, so I don't know if it's new shit.
Unsure shit.
There you go. That's better. Lane, do you want to go ahead and bring me up?
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
I'm in hell.
Could be new, could be old. Let's see what we've got next with Hot Tamale rolling tonight.
Oh!
Okay. I think I wrote this one night after work. Ordinary night, eating dinner, watching a movie, and the tears come. Not from a sentimental scene, emotions bursting forth, unbidden, unbridled from sources unknown, or a giant gaping maw of stress. Paralyzing fear pushed down, smiles plastered over the pain like wallpaper. A frontline recruit who just wants to provide for her family works alongside a foreign invader, an invisible threat, unseen as of yet. Lachrymose salt of the earth, give her this day her daily bread, fresh warm bread, not half-baked Aramaic fairy fiction. If God made this world, if God made these problems, he's a dick.
Oh.
Who says he?
Telling it like it is. We've got Hot Tamale reading us our religious rights.
A lot of essential worker retail hostility built up.
Yes. There you go.
Understandable frontline stuff. But look, Eddie's ready.
Oh, Eddie's ready?
Eddie.
Yeah, he's got a little flute in his hand. He knows how to use it.
Go for it. Go
Tom.
for it.
Is that a flute in your hand?
See,
or
this
you
is
just
how
have
far
to-
behind I am in my other ear. Listen. You can't
If
hear
you
it.
hear laughter, it's us.
Oh wait.
Oh.
No, yeah.
You know what you made me think of?
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Understandable frontline stuff. But look, Eddie's ready.
Oh.
Hello.
See, that's
Hello.
how far behind I'm listening
Oh,
to in my
wow.
other ear,
Okay.
and trying to make sense of things.
Good
You
luck.
made me think of the movie Chicago, when
Oh.
that one song when they were
Yes.
talking about
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
when
good
they- when
music
they
in
were-
that movie.
when they're here. Oh, really? When they were talking with the reporter and they were saying understandable, like
Yeah.
I only saw it once, like not in the theater, but like on cable or something when they just put it on the cable. But I haven't seen it yet, and I've always wanted to buy the soundtrack to that because again, it has great music.
Great music, good songs.
Mm-hmm.
At Poetry this afternoon, Colon the Pirate, a woman did one of the songs about a woman who kills all her husbands. You know, like he walked into my knife 10 times. I fired 2 warning shots at his head. And it's just a really brilliant piece of dark humor. But I'm sorry, Eddie. I apologize for talking during your music.
actually, that was more my fault.
No guilt. We're post guilt.
So are we? Am I introducing Eddie?
Yeah.
Oh, am I ready? Oh, I think I might be. Yeah.
You're ready, Eddie.
Oh, so we're bringing Eddie in. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm like
It's all right.
I'm
He'll
on
catch
delay over here.
the fast food.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's hear it
oh,
for.
you go ahead.
Let's hear it for Eddie. Who's ready? Eddie. Sorry, I didn't realize you were ready.
Whoa.
brainwashed away.
Let's hear it for Eddie Navarro and his Amazonian beats. No, I was, when Eddie was playing that, you know what it made me think of? It made me think of, okay, so actually there was this movie I saw recently, like a Shannon Tweed movie actually called Body Chemistry 4.
Oh, shit.
And I know, but talking about Shannon Tweed always brings a smile to my face because I would always talk about with Darnell. I would have this running gag with Darnell where she would randomly show up in situations and she would say, and she goes in her room and she tosses her and says, "Hi, I'm Shannon Tweed." And then there's one scenario I paid attention to, right, where she's robbing a bank and she runs away and she goes, "Hi, I'm Shannon Tweed."
Okay, for those of us, for the other for the other hapless witnesses to this, you cannot begin a sentence with Shannon Tweed and expect it to come out well.
Hey, Eddie, you're getting a lot of sound effects going on there.
Sorry.
Okay, so as soon as somebody brings up Shannon Tweed in a conversation, you're either going to be, "Oh, Skinamax," or, "Oh, dude, no." So it's one or the other. It's one or the other.
A tweed jacket.
I don't know if Shannon Tweed's ever been up for any like Oscars or
think so.
Emmys or
exposure, mate.
No. Okay.
All right.
That's my 2 cents.
Did that come out okay? I didn't hear that. Right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Very well.
It did.
Cool.
It gave you a heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And Reggie, somebody, is there life out there?
Life out there somewhere. Is anybody out
I got
there?
another poem. I just want to hear something else.
You know what?
Then I'll read.
You know who we haven't heard from in a while?
Who?
Unbelievably.
Who?
I haven't heard anything come on Birdman for a while.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
About anything.
Whoa.
I'm
He's
just
just
sitting back.
silently witnessing.
Yeah, he's trying not to be a part of this. I'm logged in, but I'm sitting low in my chair.
No. I'm
Just
just
drinking a
sitting back
beer.
chilling. That's all.
No, I'm just
Chilling
teasing.
like a villain.
Chilling like a villain.
Oh my god. Okay, that makes me think of gelling like a felon, and then that totally made me think of Lost in Thought.
Oh, I have from earlier.
Oh,
Mr. Quakenbush had a. He goes. I can't remember what we were talking about, but this is a little late in the conversation. But he goes, "Thanks." He said, "Thank Jesus, I have a Trump-inspired metal band called Magadeath." And we've been dying to pack into clubs to help promote the greatest president of the country the country has ever had. COVID is a liberal conspiracy. Anyway, we're not scared. He's kind of.
I have a humorous piece.
That was like tongue in cheek kind of humor.
Wait. Who has a humorous piece? Oh, really? Okay.
Well, I thought Birdman was.
It's old shit. It's old shit, but I have a humorous piece.
Oh shit! Now you hear me, Ernie?
Yeah, but I thought we were setting up Birdman, and Lost in Thought kind of just bullied his way into the.
Just shoehorned his way in.
Birdman said that. Did I? I'm sorry. Should I?
No, go ahead.
I'll let you guys duke it out.
No, he can go ahead. He ain't said nothing too much.
Put him up. I'll fight you with one hand behind my back. I'll fight you on one foot. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. Coming up next to the virtual Spoken and Heard stage with a humorous piece, we'll see the awkward man himself, Lost in Thought.
So this is very apropos, and you will see why.
Uh-oh.
I was fucking stupid, he said. Collecting everyone's usernames must be so personal, he said snarkily. Don't request, he said. So, confession, this was from a user on the free porn sharing site ThisVid. who just happened to have some videos that fit nicely with some fantasy fetishes I had, of which I won't disclose because this is my poem and Nanya, that's why. This was his response to me telling him that I thought he was no longer expecting payment because I didn't see it on his wall, and that charging people to be your friend on a free site just to see videos you have set to private is a little suspect and kind of a dick move to pull. And while I felt justified in telling him so, there was still a sting of rejection bitterness that had me feeling alienated because that is a feeling that I've come to know that I've come to kind as home for a while now. It's just porn. It's just something you do in your off time. Everyone does it. But still, I couldn't help but equate his words to the bitch slap of lockers and hallways, viciously pushed closed by the hands of schoolyard bullies that made you feel small just because they could, and it felt icy and cold to never see what these clips belonged to, or what films they were from. So, while cleaning my room, and while working out, the endorphins began to set a tempered cool to a demonic rot that was still there, still had a grasp as stubborn as the day it was born in my gut, and still blowing a blood-red sun to the healing scars torn into me from real life rejections. I began thinking, there's a remaining weapon I had in my arsenal, other than, telling on him to form support, which I did, and they still have not gotten back to me, and that is my words. I need to continue writing my main story, but you know what? I'm eventually going to write another story born out of a sexually frustrated vulnerability. All about fetishes come into existence, and the descriptions are going to slowly erect into the nerves of the page and crest mental caverns hiding away in the recesses of our minds, seducing the vague grammar spelled intricately between the hardening of white space gradually turning into a sweat that pulsates the commas and bookends of semicolons in the shifting rush of hot skin and the taste of sex that burns up the page into a climactic explosion of fireworks, strapping electrodes to our most private parts and needing to confess to the lust and the desire even the most liberal of us can keep close in our raptured hearts, and sigh an exhausted moan of relief as the letters bend and melt into our palms, and giving the sensation and having read out masturbatory, sexual, lustful, urging needs into our surviving subconscious. And it's going to be thought. And it's going to be thought-provoking. And it will not only turn you on, but have the gears turning in your mindscape, causing friction of heat between the stimulation of both the physical and the mental, and make you question boundaries in ways that define what it means to be human and be both victorious and fractured. And if I ever see it fucked hard again, granted, I won't know he looks like, nor he will casually say, by the way, I'm that greedy asshole that wanted to make some cash on a free site. But if there is even a hint that it will be him, I will meditate on being the better person and rise above. And then I will say, fuck that. Hey, you goddamn loser. You tried to charge me for your bitch on a free site, you British Trump wannabe, and you treated me like a dumbass for calling you out on it. So for you, this book is going to be $5,000. Don't have it? Then you can then feel the icy sting of my rejection, feel the cold of my Bruce Lee like palm, and deal with what it feels like to be on the other side. Why don't you go charging poor defenseless kids higher interest rates for your pop-up lemonade stand that you've obviously made as a shrine to your dickitude, asshole? No, go, leave me, peasant. It's a nice thought, and I like to say that doing things like working out and writing and more. Can be more constructive with my life, eradicates any feelings of insignificance, body issues, and a feeling of unattractiveness. And while it helps, well, like I said before, we're human. We are victorious, but we are also fractured and fallible. Those feelings are still here, and I can still from my heart melt into a storm drain whenever I think to myself and hurt myself with thoughts like it's best to give up now, because my wants and desires don't matter, because the men I'm attracted to are not attracted to me. And shreds of paper-thin skin will peel from the outer shreds of my ego, lit up with a deep hue of blue tears that soak into the outline of the still struggling boy trying to find his place in this world. But at least an after-school special version of a pimp most likely wearing the crumpled gold wrapping paper you find from chocolate coins poorly passed off as the real deal, did one favor for me. Well, porn and choking the chicken, bashing the bishop, stroking the slummy, pulling the pud, polishing the family jewels, strangling the snake, the five-knuckle shuffle, bapping, getting off, jerking off, jacking off, and of course, my own personal expression, washing dishes, can be healthy. Can be healthy, just like junk food. It's best in moderation, and should be used as a tool to explore yourself and pair that with life experiences that are beautiful and disheartening, shameful and shameless, humble and strengthening. That asshole had me thinking. Perhaps I rely on it too much. Maybe I do it to distraction, so I don't have to think about the feeling I'm still falling behind. Like somehow I still believe I deserve to be detested, and now somehow I've twisted in my head to make it right. And I need to sacrifice so much of myself because my looks in the mirror and just me are unimportant and unnecessary. And maybe it's because I am so afraid of investigating why. Looking deeper in myself, beyond the skin, beyond the nerves, beyond the desire, and strip it all the way down to the grit and bone of my bones that have been soaking up in a tub full of pity party bath salts for all too long. And maybe I'll also find meaning to what it feels like to feel lonely in a room full of friends. Not deal with me just falling into pieces. When I try to defend myself, then when I need them the most, my words escape me. Maybe if I just focus on better ways of constructing my life as opposed to letting everyone around me fade away, as I sit there disappointed myself because I just wasted a few more hours my dishpan hands that could have been better spent doing more to help me instead of myself so far down.
You look like Edward Scissorhands right now.
Oh, God. If all you can say is, what the hell, yes, you've heard the poem. Give it up for Lost in Thought.
Okay, I was okay until I heard bashing the bishop, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I lost
I don't
it.
think I ever heard
I'm sorry.
washing dishes, but okay, now I have heard.
Oh, I'm sorry. And when all is said and done, it's just Mother Nature's sleep aid, okay?
And then it's like laughing at church. You can't laugh out loud because he's reading. So we're trying to hold it in, and it makes it worse.
Yeah.
I heard somebody snorting back there.
I think that was Eddie. Eddie.
Oh no.
Bashing the bishop, choking the chicken.
No, that was this right here. That was like
When I heard that, I was like, huh? Okay.
Five knuckle
Five knuckle fuck.
I actually heard one from, I think it was a Stephen King book. It was from a Stephen King book. It was like
Reggie's like, ugh.
It was like Mrs. Palmer and her 5 daughters or something like that. I heard that. I was like, oh, okay.
Now see, Reggie's turtle is embarrassed.
Reggie's turtle went, oh God.
What's your turtle's name again? Huh?
Her name is Speedy. She's very active
Speedy,
because she's not used to me being here as much.
Yeah, I noticed she's out front. She's like, hey, I'm on TV.
Yeah. She's not.
Oh, hey, there she is.
She's not used to being here. So.
What's your turtle's name again?
Speedy.
Speedy.
What is it?
Speedy. Like
Speedy.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Which is opposite to what you think a turtle is, but actually, when we go out in the grass, she's actually pretty fast. So.
Yeah, they do have turtle races and stuff, and they can move if they need to. You know, they'll take off.
Well, that's why the tortoise always wins in the tortoise versus the hare.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Cliche for every occasion.
Oh God.
Fredman.
Okay.
Fred.
Okay, let's get back to.
I gotta dry my eyes.
Carla, you just missed it. You just missed it.
What?
I was telling Charlotte you just missed it.
Oh.
Excuse me.
I mean, Poem, I heard most of it.
Well, I was gonna say, Charlotte, watch the tape, or else we're gonna have to go through that again.
Yeah, go back to like an hour and 20 minutes, and then that's about when it started.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were gone like that.
Yeah, and like I said, I lost it when I heard bashing the bishop, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Look on the bright side, and after you're done, you won't need any white paint. You need to paint your room.
Aw, Jesus.
Birdman, save us, please.
Birdman.
Yeah.
Birdman Kenobi, you're our only hope.
Come on, Bird.
I have to kind of,
All right, coming up next to the virtual stage, live via H-Town. Give it up for Birdman 313.
We promise it's not about masturbation.
I don't know if this one can compete with what he just read, but this one here is another one. This is fairly new. Probably read it here before. If I did, it was last week because that's how long I've written it. But it's called Up Above. Plus, I just did a video of it yesterday, so hey, probably post it on Facebook later on this week. It's called Up Above. At midnight, as the moon sheds tears across the universe, poems are being read out loud in coffee houses. Enjoy the beauty of the words being expressed and imagine what excitement Mars will have. The moonlight shines over the forest as a naked silence fills the hallway so bare and raw you can almost taste it. The morning will offer last night dreams as the sun peeks through the Venetian blinds as it rises. Trees, green grass, and blue skies with a few puffy white clouds roam around, sharing the peacefulness as a cool breeze blows by. Listen as crickets chirp and the squirrels run around looking for nuts. Thoughts are spinning, feeling dazed and confused as I breathe softly with my eyes closed while dreaming. Peaceful times are now gone, but if I just imagine what and how life once was, maybe I can awaken from this dream. Thank you.
Woo! Birdman 313. Still waiting for the blimp, man. Give it up for live via H-Town, Birdman 313.
I had to put that on hold. I got so much going on. Put it on hold.
Hey, hey, if you had the blimp, you could fly above the COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I was so distracted by the bashing the bishop thing, and we were laughing about the whole. I left Lost in Thought full screen the whole time we were talking until right before you started reading.
Oh, that's all right.
I forgot to switch back over, but whatever.
I think bashing the bishop is a British term.
Oh, I was bashing. Oh, you know how like Americans, like when they're gonna achieve climax, they usually say "I'm coming." In England, England, they go, "Oh, I've arrived."
What? I've arrived.
I've arrived. Yeah, I've arrived. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, but also,
ladies and gentlemen, he's a brilliant sound engineer, but.
I
guess after that happens,
get the Sandman.
Someone in limousine comes driving through your room, asking, "Pardon me, but do you have any grape Paul?"
Okay, Lane, the 90s called. They want their jokes back. Wasn't that on Wayne's World? Good God.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
You want to hear something funny?
What's that, Charlotte?
I've been working on a new poem. It's not ready yet, but it's called Masked Masturbation.
And I am alone on the beach, watching the tides roll in. Waves of emotion are long lost and forgotten. I can hear the echoes of my thoughts bringing back the feelings. The sea breeze whispers sweet emotions into my ears. Leave your worries by the shoreline as the waves begin to roll in. The water feels as soft as a bed. Make friends with the flying birds as they look for food, while the world seems to be mute and calm. Allow the water to hold your sadness and wash it right out.